Okay, right. So the gold skirt, if you look at handouts, this is the first we copied model using the airline skirt. We learned how to copy a model by right-clicking on the model and then save as with components and select the folder you are saving. Okay. And then you fill in this mask, meaning, so here you have model and pieces. So model, you will change only a skirt, the word a skirt with GORED, right? You do the same here, all the pieces with a skirt are going to be changed and with GORED. Okay, so this is how you change, duplicate, create a new set of piece from the existing model. So when you say apply, you see the destination model name changed and destination piece also changed. When you see that, then you say okay. Then you have this model created with new name, but the pattern piece is inside the model the same. Okay, so that is the best way to copy the model. Do not, in generally, you don't want to modify existing patterns. Okay, you always make separate copy and then you work on that patterns. Okay, all right. So these two are the one that I think we last time we were left it at, right? So we drew goal line according to the measurement, which was center front at the hemline was 4.5, center back was 4 3/4. So you're going to, what is that? So you're going to create a line from the dot point, from the dot point to this point with a straight line. Okay, so straight line, you're going to use 2 points. Okay, and then you select the dot point, and then if see this, I'm in a value mode, so bunny click. Now I'm in the cursor mode, and then you select this point. When you select this point, what you can do is like this. It is how to practice using the mouse. Okay, so here once you select this point, okay, you will bunny click. Okay, bunny click the hemline. When you do that, see the arrow appears. Then here box is already highlighted. So you simply enter the measurement, which is 4.5. And the line will be established right from this point, 4.5. Okay. Otherwise, what you need to do is you can add a notch here before you connect the point, but that will be the extra steps you have to take. So the shortest way is when you draw the line, select the dot point, and then bunny click, and you enter number. Okay, 4.5. So that would be the quickest way to draw the line. Okay. So once you have the lines, I think I mentioned, because we're going to trace this piece and this piece, so I will add a notch here, single notch, so that when you trace, so this piece will bear this notch, and when you trace this side also has a notch already marked. All right, so here, once you have this one, next is we were going to trace each piece. Okay, so how you trace is every time when you make something new, you will go to Create tab. Okay, Create, and you have Piece. We are creating a piece. So in the Piece section, you have Trace, right? The Trace. Okay. So when you select this option, you you will be closing the space. Okay, so you select either internal line or perimeter line to clockwise. Okay, so if I start from center front, you will select center front, hemline, and the gore line, and the darts, and waistline. See, now it's completely, area is closed. Then you right click, okay, and then it will ask you here, select the internal line or points to trade. So you have option to keep hip line, but I don't think we need to keep the hip line. So you will just say right click, okay. Then the piece will pop up like that, pops up like this, okay. So when you left click, it will ask you to enter name. So I will enter this one, okay, front center, okay. I should do that, front center, or center, front, okay, so whichever, okay. So I will select, give the name, okay. Then we will continue tracing the second one. Now I will trace gore line, hem, side, waist, and dart, and right click, okay. So these basically were drafts, okay. So we don't need this, okay. So these are actually pattern pieces we're going to, make, right? Okay. Now, you notice that after you traced, okay, like this one, okay. If this is your own pattern, you don't want to leave it like this, right? Do you? It does not bother you, right? It's not really smooth. It should be more like a curve, okay. Reason why is because, of course, there was a dart, so it was creating the corner, so that's what happened, right? And in general, after you traced, and then when the lines are broken like this line is supposed to be one continuous line, and these are two, okay? So after that, you combine these two sections, and then try to make it one continuous line. Okay, where you find the command to do that is here. Okay, modify. Okay, modify line actions combine. Okay, modify line actions combine. Okay, so when you select the command, you will simply select two lines to combine. Okay, so here too, click, click, okay. And then while you're in the same command, let's do that for the back too. Click, click, okay, and click, click, okay. So now all the goal lines are continuous line. Okay, it's combined. Okay, all right. After the lines are combined, you still see here they're creating a points. Okay, so I'd like to spend a few minutes and talk about a point. Okay, so the point, not only this program, other program also, some point, there's three different types of points. Okay, one is the point to create a corner. Okay, the other one is to create around the shape. Okay, the other one is something called nondescript, meaning it doesn't belong either of the characteristics. Okay, so where to look at it is that it's called attribute. Attribute. If you go to view point attribute, okay, you see n and n. You see the end point. Okay, n is like here in the corner, same thing. N will create a corner. Okay, so how can I make it so that it curves? Is that you want to change this characteristic to the curve point. Okay, so when you go to edit, okay, edit point, okay, and if you select this point, okay, it tells you attribute is n. N is a corner point. Okay, and there's a little bit of square with dot 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 right next to the box. So when you click on that, you see here, you look at on the right top corner, this section, this box here. Right now it's a non-smoothing point. So you will change to S. S is the curve point, okay? So when you select the S and say, okay, apply, see it turn into curve. Do you see that? If I select N, okay, apply, it will be corner. And if I change to S, okay, okay, apply, see. But you notice that when you change this, whole thing is curved, and then you don't want that. You want just only this area want to be curved. So what you can do is you will go back, Control Z, okay. So what you wanted to do is that you want to add something called anchor points. Okay, anchor points. So I want you to watch what I do, okay? So anchor point is that I'm going to add extra points, okay? So that you can sustain the curve the way you want, okay? So create point. So you can eyeball it, okay? Just, a little closer to the point, you add point here and point here, and then a little farther away here and here, okay? Now, point is hidden, so you can use the command view, point, intermediate, and when you click that, you see the points I added. See, so I added points here and here, about 4 points in total, okay? And now if I right click or you go to edit, point, okay? And then when you select this point and change the attribute to S, okay, and apply, you see it changed only here. So it didn't really affect the entire line. It's just locally this area it changed, okay? So that's what points, when you add extra points, it will affect only this area, okay? So now you see it's a little bit smoother, but still, it's not, you want to make it a little bit straighter. So what can you do is that you just move points slightly toward this direction by going to modify, point action, single point, okay? Modify, single point, and you move this point just slightly like this, okay? So does that look better now? Okay. All right, let me go back again, okay? So view intermediate. So what we'd like to do is that from the waist and then to the notch, there's only one point. That point is only a point, okay? So if I move this point to try to fix this, okay? If I move this, see entire line will move, right? You're trying to fix just a little bit here, but you see entire line moves like that. So that which you don't want to. So that is why you will add extra points. More points you add, okay? I'm adding here, here, and then here also. Okay, let me show you. When I move single point, oh, I did not add point. Create point. So I will add here, 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 and just like that. Just eyeball it, okay? And when you modify single point and then move this one, you see it doesn't affect the entire line, only like this area, right? So when I move points, I have more control, right? So I'm moving this just a little bit. And let's go to the back, okay? So again, this one is a little pointy, right? So you want to smooth this. So I will add points here, 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 maybe here, maybe here too, okay? Then modify single point, and I'm going to move just a little bit in, or like that. Now, if you still feel like this doesn't look like it's not smooth enough, you will change the characteristic, okay, attribute of this point. Okay, that's when you can use edit point or right click edit point. Same thing. You can either go to here, edit point, or move your cursor in an empty space, right-click, edit point, and keep this window open, and you select the point, okay, and look at the attribute box, okay, and click the little square dot dot dot, you change to S, okay, apply, okay. I guess you don't really see that difference, but sometimes it does, okay. So if you have any points that you want to make it more curve, that's where you can do. Right click, edit point. Okay. All right. So now I have this also intermediate. Okay. So now I think lines are nice and smooth. Okay, we have 4 different pieces. Now here you see this one. Okay. When you copy, okay, this one had annotation already. Okay, so every time when you copy, create a piece, out of the piece that has annotation, it always copies too. So here, back side, you don't really need this annotation. Okay, so you want to delete that. Okay, where do you go? Modify, delete, annotation. Okay, modify, delete, annotation, and you click the annotation and delete. Okay. All right. So waistband stays as is, so you don't need to do anything. So now we're ready to add seam allowance to that. Okay. So add seam allowance. We're going to add the vertical lines, like center back or gore line. We add 1/2 inch. Okay. Waistband 3/8. Hem 1/2 inch. Okay. So in order to add seam allowance, where do you go? Remember, to add seam allowance, not under create. It sounds like under create, but it's not. You need to go to advanced. Right. So you go to advanced. Do you have questions, somebody? I know somebody
When
trying
you
to speak.
click on the seam, it already have seam allowances coming up.
Oh, you have already seam allowance?
When
Oh,
you
yeah, right. I forgot. Yes, we added seam allowance. Sorry, that here. Let's add where the gore line is. Gore line, you don't have seam allowance, right?
Yes.
So let's add this 1/2 inch, 0.5. Now, when you add in seam allowance, okay, when you add in seam allowance, often because this is where transition is sometimes not easy, because when you are making actual pattern, your pattern pieces are right in front of you in actual size, right, actual scale. Okay, but in a computer screen, it's easily misled. Because you've seen a small piece images of that, it's not an actual scale. So it will be helpful if you turn on when you're adding a seam allowance, turn on view, okay, from the menu at the top, select the menu tab and select seam amount. You see the view seam amount, okay, view piece seam amount right here, okay. When you select that, it shows seam amount. So that way you can make sure you are adding the seam allowance, the amount you want. Okay. So you can see now all the center back to side gore lines are 1/2 inch, waist lines are all 3/8, hem lines are all 1.5. So the center front, I didn't add seam allowance. Why is that? Because center front should be mirror. Okay, so how can you make this line turn into mirror or fold line? Okay, you will go to modify, right? Modify, piece action, mirror. Modify, piece actions, mirror. Okay, so when you select that, okay, you need to make sure you check fold after mirror. okay? Fold after mirror, and next here, notch option, okay? Do you want to add a notch here or notch here? Okay. Probably you don't want to add a notch to the hemline, but you want to add a notch here in the center front, right? Center front, you want to add a notch. So you select single end. Okay, sorry, notches, single end. Okay, I like to watch this demo. I think I did last time, but it will be a refresher. Okay, so select single end. When you select single end instead of both ends, because we don't want notches on both ends, only single end, which is right here. Okay, so select single end. Okay, now I click the mirror line. Okay, so it doesn't do that immediately because you need to select which end to add a notch. Okay, so when you move your cursor, slide up and down, you see that this end turn into little darker black dots. Okay, so that computer needs to know which end, because it just says single end. Okay, which end you want to add a notch. So you will indicate, okay, I want to add a notch on this end. So move your cursor closer to the end that you want to add a notch. Then you left click and right click OK. So then you have a notch added here. Okay, so let's do that. Let's see, light comes on. Okay, so again, let me go back. You're going to use modify, piece action, mirror. Okay, then you select fold option, check fold after mirror, and notch mirror line, you select single end. Okay, then you will click the center front line, okay, and right click OK. Then you move your cursor closer to the waistline. When you see this square, like a dot, turn into black dots, you left click and that will be implemented, and right click OK. Okay. So you wonder often when the line is mirrored, you may be alarmed. Oh, what happened here? It's empty space here. So that is okay because this one is a mirror line. Okay. So if you mirror piece and you want to see, make sure this is really mirrored, you can go to View. Okay. From the top menu, you select the View tab, View, and Piece section, Mirror. Okay. So mirror, select the drop-down menu, Unfold. Okay. Mirror, Unfold, and you click the piece and right-click OK. It shows you, how it looks like when it's spread open like this. Okay. And you can immediately Control Z to go back. Okay. Always keep the mirror piece folded. Okay. Often, when you trying to see how the fold piece look like, there is under modify piece action, you see mirror is this is the command we just used. Right below there is also say open mirror. Okay, it really sounds like a unfold, right? When you see the open, oh, maybe this is the one to see how the folded piece looks like when it's open, but it's not really open. I don't know why it's called open. Open, this means undo fold. When you open and then see, when you think, oh, this is the, to see the, piece open to see how it looks like. When you select this command and when you click the piece, see, it turned into cut line. So the open really means undo mirror. So you don't want to do that, okay, unless you want to undo the mirror, okay? So instead, if you want to see whether your mirror was successful or not, you go to View, Mirror, Unfold, okay, and then click C. Okay, and you go back to fold, or you can just simply Control Z to go back. Okay, so mirrored line seam allowance, it looks like open, but this is correct. Okay, you don't need to be alarmed by this. Okay. All right. So now I add all the seam allowance. Okay. Next, I like to talk about notches. Okay, notches. So let's turn off view seam amount now. Go to view and seam amounts. So turn off. Now I see. You can see the pieces without seam amount indicating. All right, so let's save this. You can go to File, Save, click, 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 or Control S. If you start learning shortcut keys, Control S is the same thing. Okay, so then click, 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 and OK. Okay, so let's examine the first front center piece. So move your cursor and press F4. Okay. So we need to add notch here, right? Notch here, and then here too, right? To indicate the amount of the hem you need to turn up. Okay. So here, when you add this notch, you already added. You added already, right? But you want to add a notch here. So remember, if you trying to add a notch to any corner by using this create notch standard, okay? Create notch standard. Remember, it doesn't work, right? Trying to select the corner and then you try and add a notch. See, it will always become like this, okay? So that which is not correct, okay? So you need to think separately. If you wanted to add a notch on any perimeter line, like here, you can add a notch like this, right here or here, like that. But to a corner, you need to go to, not here, but advanced, corner, regular, okay? So if you want to add a notch to a corner, you need to go to advanced corners. Okay, advanced seam corners. We use define. Okay, so in the same box here, seam under seam, you have section. You see little icon says corners. Okay, and you click the drop down menu. Okay, and you select the regular. Okay, regular is you can add a notch to a corner without changing the shape of the corner. Okay, so you keep this intact, but you can add a notch. Okay, now when you select that option, okay, advanced, seam, corners, regular. Okay, here you want to take a look at this first before you add a notch. So here you have option type of notch, non-perpendicular or extension. Okay. Usually most notches are added extension of a saw line. Okay, meaning you wanted to add a notch following direction of this line and notch will be added here. Okay, so you will select extension. Okay, then notch type is 1. Okay, then notch in line. Okay, you have 3 options. Both, first, second only. Okay, so which one of that? Okay, when you select both and then select the corner, it would add both extensions of this line and this line. Okay, when you select first and then select the corner, it will add here, and when you select second, okay, it will be here. So what's the difference between first and second? Okay, so first you remember clockwise. Okay, clockwise. Every piece has clockwise direction. Okay, so if you follow in the clockwise direction, first notch will be here and second notch will be here. So that's what first or second mean. Okay, so here I will select second only and then select the point, then you have notch right here. Okay, All right, so let's do that to the all pieces. Okay, waistline, follow the waistline first. Okay, so here I need to add a notch here. So you will go to advanced, corner, regular. Now this one would be, again, first, right? First. Okay, and then if you go to here, this will be second, right? Select the corner, second. This will be first, like that. So that's how you add notches to the corner. Okay, so that will be advanced, seam, corner, regular. Okay, this will be without changing any shape of the corner, you can add notches. Okay. All right, so I like to add notches, okay, to the gore line, extension of the each gore line, okay, add notches using advanced, corner, regular, and you select both or first or second only. So let's look at hemline now. Okay, this is the front here, so you want to add a notch here. Okay, for the hemline, I would use same way. You can, if you think, okay, because this one you want to go in just a little bit in, okay. And what you can do is that there is actually for the hem, there is a command called turn back corner. Okay, you can go to advanced corners and you have turn back. Okay, instead of regular, you can still use regular. When you do regular, okay, you will, for example, here you select the second, right? Or if you think you want to add both, you can do that, but this may not be necessary. You can do the second only. Or you can use advanced corner turn back. Okay, when you select the command, you look at here, you select the extension and then second only, and then click. Sorry, first only, and then click the line. Then it will add like that. You see both ends like that, and it will modify the seam. You see here, it goes slightly in, right? That's what you do, right? Patterns like this slightly flares out. You fold this up and then copy this line to here, right? So that you can remove excess because it slightly flares out. Okay, so that's what this advanced corner turn back does. Okay, so select the corner, the command, and then you select extension and then check first only and click the hemline like that. Very simple, right? Like that. So then your hem is now in order. Okay.